Hey, hey, let's go ahead and get started with the reading. All right, we got cards flipping out as I'm shuffling. So the first card that came out was the Eight of Cups, walking away from things that we have put emotional investment into. We have the Knight of Cups, which is your challenge card. Okay, Spirit, what else do we have? Whoa, we have the Ace of Wands, the recent past. We have the Six of Cups. What else do we have on their mind? Nine of Swords. Okay, what's on your mind is worry. Near future, we have the Two of Swords showed up in the reverse. How people are seeing you. Five of Cups. In the environment, the Fool. Okay. Hopes and fears, we have the King of Cups. We had that yesterday. And the possible outcome for the collective. What do we have? Four of Cups. I saw this a few days ago in the exact same position. Those two different readings, but same position. So Knight of Pentacles as your overall energy. Okay. So the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is looking out upon the horizon, and they are being very studious. They are not moving forward. They're really looking at their options of what they want to invest their time, their energy, and their effort into. And I think it has a lot to do with this walking away. And for those of you who have already walked away, some of you are in the position of walking away as we speak, okay? And what's crossing you is this Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups is, we have two knights here in this reading. So the knights are the bringers of things, okay? So this is about investment of time, energy. Where am I going? What am I doing? And I think for a lot of you, you're really being strategic as to your next move, okay? Now, I feel like your challenge is to go towards love, places that you want to be in that are going to be more emotionally fulfilling. What's keeping you grounded is this opportunity, okay? Aces are all about opportunity. It's like the universe gives us this, spark of inspiration, okay? And with that spark of inspiration, it's what kind of gives us that fire in our belly to want to move forward, to do something different. And it's like, oh, I could do this. And with the Knight of Pentacles, it's about how am I going to strategize making this happen? Okay. In the recent past, we have the Six of Cups. So this is a lot of soulmate energy. You could have had some type of an offer. Somebody came in and said, hey, listen, here's an opportunity for you. And I feel like for a lot of you, you went towards that opportunity once it was proposed. Okay. Now, what's on your mind is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is all about worry, doubt, not knowing how things are going to work out, staying up late at night, worrying about your next moves. I feel like these eclipses could have had something to do with it. We did have that Aries Libra eclipse. So maybe for some of you, North Node Aries is about being selfish and saying, you know what? I choose me, and I'm going to go off on this journey alone. This is a journey of self discovery. I want to transform my life. And therefore, even though I love all of these things, that's why you stacked them up nice and neat and said, you know what, sayonara, I'm out of here. I got things to do. I've got people to meet. And for that, I'm just going to move forward. I don't know where it's taking me, but I know that the universe has my back. And I know that there's these brand new opportunities. The Two of Swords in the upright is all about needing to make a decision, but not quite seeing all of the options clearly. In the reverse, it's like you've made that decision. So I do feel like, you're not really sitting stagnant anymore. I feel like you've made the decision, even though it can be very heartbreaking, because we look at the three cups that are spilled, but we need to turn around and look at the two cups that are still full. Okay. And, it can be a little nerve wracking when we're doing something new or we have to walk away from people, places, and things you know, that we love. There's a lot of cups here: Six of Cups, Eight of Cups, Five of Cups, King of Cups, Four of Cups, a lot of love here. But I feel like you guys are tired of accepting less than what you deserve. And I do see someone here who is very footloose and fancy free. So I am getting a traveling vibe, especially with the Eight of Cups. You know, maybe for some of you, you're hoping, wishing, and praying that somebody might come back from the past and make you some type of an offer. And I think that that's the challenge is, you know, for some of you, you could have walked away from a soulmate. And, I feel like with that said, you know, it can be hard. I mean, your soulmate can be a friend, or an environment, where you had family or, and I'm seeing that a lot in my personal readings, in my personal life, even in my YouTube videos, people are walking away right now from their past. They're saying, no more. I'm tired of reliving these experiences and I'm ready to, take this leap of faith into the unknown. And if you look, he's not looking down, he's looking up, he's looking out upon the horizon, just like this Knight of Pentacles here, looking out upon the horizon. And it's like, a very slow moving knight. If you notice, he's not moving, unlike this Knight of Cups here, who um, is determined in one aspect of going towards what and who he might, towards love. Maybe for some of you, you walked away from a partner and now you're taking your cup elsewhere. You can't really pour from an empty cup. And I am seeing these empty cups over here, you know. And so I feel like we have to go towards things that are much more emotionally fulfilling, even though there can be a lot of pain and heartbreak that is, that comes along with that, unfortunately. Not everybody has the same heart as you do. Maybe you offered somebody your cup of love and they said, I'd rather work on my finances instead of this relationship. And maybe for some of you, you're hoping that this King of Cups comes back, or you're hoping that you can work on your emotional availability. Everybody's going to be a little bit different. That's why it's very important for you guys to get a personal reading. If you have gotten this far, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel grow. With that said, I feel like, we are in Cancer season, and Cancer season is a very emotional energy, and it can, really look at, the past and, how the past was. And that's why we have the Six of Cups, because the Six of Cups is all about the past. It's about our past lives. It's about, soulmate connections that, a lot of you had to walk away from. And I feel like now you guys are being, much more, you know, um, you're not oblivious anymore. I think that you're much more studious about, your path forward. And if you're not, this is what you're entering into. Out of all of these cards, we only have one major arcana, which actually holds the most weight, and it's the Fool. And the Fool says, it's time for you to stop being a fool and really be willing to, go off on a journey of self discovery and pack light. Maybe that's packing light when it comes to your emotions as well. Cry it out if you need to. I do see a lot of you, like I said, staying up late at night, worrying, doubting, trying to figure out what you're going to do next. But I feel like you are going to be making some type of a decision to, you know, move into the unknown. And I feel like for a lot of you, if this King of Cups does come back, I don't know that you're even willing to accept the offer. I feel like it's funny because we have that Three of Cups here, which is spilt. And this guy over here is looking at the Three of Cups and he's, more focused on what he's losing instead of focused on what he is gaining. I feel like it's about gaining perspective. And I think that we need to stop accepting offers that have no, that are empty, empty offers, and I feel like it's like the universe, it's almost like we have these two aces here, right? We have the Ace of Cups here and we have the Ace of Wands here. So I feel like it's about new all the way around. Um, with this Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups is somebody who is non-committal. It's like, I don't know if I want to commit. Look at the horse. He's got one foot up and like, he's second guessing. Do I want to move forward in a relationship? And maybe that's what it was, is somebody, wasn't willing to move forward in a relationship. They were extremely non-committal. And because of that, you had to choose to walk away. And maybe you sat and you waited to see if this person was going to invest their time, their energy, or even their love in you, and you would think that love would conquer all. But at this point, that was the challenge. The challenge was, did love really truly conquer all? And, for some people, money is everything and emotion is, second best. And so for some of you, this could be somebody who is wanting to come back into your life, and I feel like they want to be more financially stable, so that they can invest in this relationship. But what I'm seeing here is, I feel like it's like, yeah, a person can make their return, but what I'm gathering here is it's almost like, thank you, I really appreciate you, for whatever closure this person wants to give you. Like, yeah, now I want to offer it to you. But I think for a lot of you, you're just kind of like, the offer's a little bit too late at this point. Too little too late is what I just heard. You weren't emotionally available when I was ready. And I feel like for a lot of you, you moved on, and you're ready to go and do something else. And I feel like, yes, that was heartbreaking, but you need to turn around and look at the two filled cups that are behind you and realize that there are relationships that are formulating behind the scenes. And all you have to do is be willing to go off on this journey. And by doing so, you're going to end up meeting somebody along the way. And because of that, I want to go ahead and pull a love card, Spirit. Spirit, please show me, what is the advice that you have for the collective? Yeah, heart to heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with one another. And I do feel like someone wants to come back in and talk to you, but I feel like you're just kind of like, I'm good. I feel like what they want to tell you is that I do have romantic feelings for you, and they are real and worth exploring. But yeah, and you are my true love. But I think for a lot of you, you are not accepting. I don't know. I mean, each one of you, that's why I said a personal reading is very important. For some of you, the answer is yes. For a lot of you, the answer is no. I feel like for a lot of you, you've healed so much that you're not really willing to accept. And if this person does come back in, I think that they're going to have to do a lot of changes, because I feel like there's a lot of water under the bridge is what I'm getting here. And if this is not a romantic relationship, it can be a family member, it could be a friend, because we do have the 6 of Cups, which, you know, it can be any one of your soulmates. We have many, and most people will take it immediately to romance, but it's not always necessarily that. So I feel like what you need to do is be a little bit more discerning about what you're doing. And if somebody does come back in, they're going to come back in slowly. I do feel like if somebody comes back in, I feel like they're kind of weighing up their options right now. They're looking at what they have to offer, before they come back in, because they know that if they come back, they better have something stable to offer. Otherwise, you're not accepting. I mean, I really do see that here. And I feel like for some of you, you are worried about this person coming back. And I feel like you already knew that they were going to try and make a return. But I don't feel like wherever they left you is not where you are. Okay. However that means for you, whether that's emotionally, maybe emotionally, you were devastated, which I do see here when you had to go off on the journey. I feel like you're tired of being kind of clubbed over the head. And I think that it took a lot for you to realize, like, you can beat this person over the head with all the love that you have, But if they're not in a position to be able to accept that type of love from you, there's nothing you can do. So it's almost like you got to take that blindfold off, because in the reverse position, the blindfold's going to fall down, right? And therefore you're going to be able to see things clearly. You might not be able to see, all of the next steps, because the universe doesn't want you to see the next step. It just wants you to enjoy the journey and be willing to go on it. But like I said, I feel like if anybody does come back in, which I do see somebody here contemplating a return, I don't know that you are, I don't know that you are where they left you. Okay. Whether that means physically, maybe you moved, or emotionally, you're just not there anymore. You're like, I loved you. I still love you. I'm just not in love with you anymore with all these cups cards. And so, you know, will I still be in love with this person when they come back? Who knows, Or maybe for some of you, a lot of the time, we don't want to heal because we're afraid that if we heal too much, we're going to end up leaving a person behind. And that's why a lot of people will stay where they are, is because they, have these hopes that this individual will come back. But if they do, and you're still in that same vibration and you haven't gone off on this new adventure, which is what the Fool talks about, going off on the adventure you know, and experiencing new things, you know, um, you're going to be in the same vibration you were when all of this went down to begin with, which means you're only going to repeat the same pattern. So do keep that in mind. We have the 4, we have the 5, we have the 6. We're missing the 7, but we have the 8. So the 7 is all about having too many options, feeling confused. Sometimes it's not what's here, it's what's not here. And being that we have this progression of cups cards, I really do feel like, you started out strong emotionally, and now your emotions are kind of depleting for this individual. And I don't know that you will have the same emotion. I do feel like this person is going to want to come back. Yep. You are separated from this individual. Um, and I think for some of you, even though this person comes back and expresses their love and they want to talk to you, um, I just don't know if their emotional maturity is what is going to be provided in order for you to withstand in this relationship. So again, to each his own. Everybody has their deal. I'm going to leave that here, you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It does help my channel grow. I love you guys all so much. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're interested in signing up for my newsletter, email me at thefootstepstopeace@gmail.com. Love you guys all so much, and we will chat again soon. Take care.